Hello, welcome back. James Marchington here with the latest news from TSC. This week, the 2019 TSC series reaches its climax on Saturday, when the country's top young shots will shoot off for the biggest prize in clay shooting, an MG car each for the top boy and top girl. There's hope for shoots that have been targeted by Hunt Saboteurs, in a promise of new legislation tucked away in the Conservative manifesto. Plus, BASC has published its response to the general licence consultation, which closes on Thursday. And of course, Christmas is coming, and the Oxford Gun Company have got some great ideas for what to give your shooting friends and family this Christmas. All that, plus my pick of YouTube, coming up after this. This Saturday sees the long-awaited grand final of the 2019 TSC series. The top young shots from this year's series have been invited back to compete for the biggest prize in clay shooting, 2 MG cars, one each for the top boy and top girl. We've got to say a big thank you to the sponsors who've made that possible: Olivia Tulloch Clothing, Phillips Tyres, Browning, Oxford Gun Company and Lodge Hill Garage. Plus, Fiocchi Cartridges are supporting the final too. Here's the list of young shots who'll be competing on Saturday. They've all shot qualifying scores in the series of events through the year. The competition has been intense, and they've done well to make the final at all. But only one girl and one boy can win the cars, so the pressure is really on Saturday. They'll start with a qualifying round to decide the top 5 girls and top 5 boys, who'll then go into the Sport Trap style super final to decide the overall winners. Then there's the prize giving and a spectacular fireworks display. The final always draws a crowd, and there's plenty else going on around the ground on the day too. There are 50 and 100 bird sporting competitions, the Browning Rabbit Mania, Have a Go sessions, and some special offers on clothing in the shop too. Plus there's food and refreshments and a warm fire in the barn all day. It all makes for a great day out with a terrific atmosphere, so do come along on Saturday and support the young shots as they battle for those cars. Now, I've met several shooters recently who've had their day interrupted by Hunt Saboteurs, who seem to be increasingly targeting driven game shoots. Saboteurs are becoming very aggressive, and it can only be a matter of time before someone gets seriously hurt. This video from Field Sports Channel looked at the problem recently, and it's a real insight into the Sab's nasty tactics. I'll put a link in the description below. The saboteurs are almost invariably breaking the law, yet the police seem powerless to do anything about it, especially when the shooters themselves are reluctant to step up and make an official complaint. Well, there's a ray of hope in the Conservative Party's manifesto. Buried deep in the section on law and order, there's a promise to make intentional trespass a criminal offence. The antis are moaning that would make sabotaging shoots and hunts pretty much impossible, which would be a terrible shame, wouldn't it? The Countryside Alliance say it's welcome news, along with the fact that the manifesto also says the Tories would make no changes to the Hunting Act. Meanwhile, everyday control of pest birds like crows and pigeons is still under threat, as DEFRA reviews the general licences in England. The consultation closes on Thursday, and BASC has published its response. They say that enough time and resources have been spent on unnecessary meddling with the licensing system already. They're demanding a fit-for-purpose system which will have a light touch and be easy to understand. They add, decisions taken by DEFRA must be rooted in science, and where that's missing, practical experience. If you haven't already responded to the consultation, there's still time to make your voice heard. Go to the BASC website, then click on General Licenses and England, and you'll find advice on how to take part in the survey and a link to the relevant pages on the government website. Make sure you do that before it closes at midnight on Thursday. Now, I'm sure you're well aware it's just 3 weeks to Christmas. If you're choosing presents for friends and family who shoot, then get along to the Oxford Gun Company. The shop is packed with everything a shooter could want, from stocking fillers all the way up to boots, coats, and even a gun. Plus, the friendly and knowledgeable staff will be happy to help you pick the perfect present. The shop's open 6 days a week as usual until Christmas Eve, when they're closing at 3 p.m. Then they're closed over Christmas Day and Boxing Day before opening again on Friday and Saturday, and again on Monday the 30th and Tuesday the 31st. You can find full details of Christmas and New Year opening times on the Oxford Gun Company's Facebook page. If you can't get to the shop or you're stuck for ideas, a gift voucher is always a popular choice. You can buy a voucher over the phone, and they're available for clay shooting have-a-go sessions, a lesson with an instructor, a day course, or to spend in the shop. To find out more, ring them on 01844 238 308. Now it's time for my pick of shooting videos on YouTube, and this week I've been looking back through the archives and found this one. It's from the 1980s TV series called Jack's Game, with football legend Jack Charlton. In this episode, he visits Arthur Cadman, a well-known wildfowler at the time, and joins him on a goose flight. They don't make TV programs like this one anymore, more's the pity. This one was uploaded by Richard Saunders, and if you visit his channel you'll find around a dozen of the Jack's Game series there. Something to keep you amused over Christmas perhaps. I'll put a link in the description below. Well, that's all we've got time for in this week's news. Thanks for watching. Do remember to have your say on the general licenses. There's a link for that in the description. And come along to the Oxford Gun Company on Saturday for the big TSC Grand Final. Before that, we're back on Thursday with another video, so make sure to watch that one. You can subscribe and click the notification bell to keep up with all our videos. And do please support our sponsors when you're shopping for guns, cartridges, clothing, and so on. We simply couldn't keep producing these videos without them. See you Thursday!